Greetings, comrades. My name is Gigantals, and this is Christmas 2020. So as we can see here, I'm here with Charlie, the lovely dog, and as I mentioned my Christmas traditions on Pagan video, here's my Christmas tree. As you can see, we have obviously there's a tree. We don't have tinsel, as I said, that's a bit messy. We've got snowflakes, we've got bells, we've got little Santa Claus there. We've got baubles, but clearly there's nothing. Okay, I'm not going to say it in this video. Just watch a Christmas traditions video if you want to know what I'm talking about. But clearly there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this Christmas tree. It's all about bringing the family together around it and celebrating the meaning of Christmas for a bit. Anyway. So I'll take this year in review then. 2020's been a bit of a rough year. Yeah, with coronavirus pretty much taking over around Lent. Halfway through Lent it turned up, and things got a bit weird after that. You okay? You're just looking at the camera, aren't you? So yeah, 2020's been a bit of a rough year. Some people fared better than others. My studies were messed up, and I'll make a video talking about what coronavirus did exactly to mess up how it messed up my life. Because I know I've usually been very positive, but that doesn't mean that coronavirus doesn't have an effect. I'll do another video about that. But this year's been a good year otherwise for the channel. We've grown quite a bit, a lot of views, a lot of subscribers. I'm really glad for that. Thanks to my efforts and my friends in advertising. There's an update on the Cursed Rosie that I'll release at some point. You'll find interesting. One of the reasons why I usually do this video is because mostly when I create around Christmas, I say that I take a break for January because I need some time. I take a break after this video. For the rest of December and most of January, so I try and get more videos up already, everything, so I have some content to release. But this year's a bit different because I have exams coming up. I mean, other than the coursework I had to hand in a couple of weeks ago, I have 9 exams coming up. 8 of them are in January, and 1 of them is in the first week of February. So I don't have a lot of time to be making videos and releasing them. As I normally do in these channel videos and around this time, I won't be able to really release anything throughout I won't release anything the rest of this month as I have a break, and I won't be able to release anything throughout the month of January really because of my exams. Doesn't mean, and I know that some people like to take this as a chance to leave, but look, I will come back, I assure you. I have a lot of interesting stuff I need to release. It's just I won't be able to release it soon because of my exams. I've got to have my priorities straight, especially with how the coronavirus system problem has messed up my studies somewhat, so I have to focus a lot more on studying and exams and everything, especially because I can't just go up to my lecturers and ask them for help. Hopefully I won't be back in lockdown when I return to my accommodation, because that's gonna mess things up further, and on the bright side, it'll give me a lot more opportunity to study, but being locked in probably isn't the best. Won't leave you in the best state of mind. I mean, some people may fare with it better than others. Like, I mean, I typically do, but obviously interacting with different households, that's a bit riskier, especially if by the time you're watching this, you've moved up a tier or something in the lockdown thing. But for Christmas, as I said in my Christmas traditions on Pagan video, Christmas is about coming together to remember the birth of Jesus. Or if you're not Christian, then it's about families coming together, to give gifts, to be happy at the end of the year, to celebrate, just celebrate being together. And yeah, that's fine. I don't have anything as a celebration. But if you're going to meet together with family or friends, I'd recommend you guys do so in a safe manner. Try and stay as safe as possible, because there's a bit of a balance between risking catching coronavirus when you go out to meet people versus being locked up all day and not really seeing anyone, and the consequences it has on your mentality and your mind and everything. So it's important to have friends and family by your side to make sure that you're good. What are you barking at? So it's important to really interact with people, especially at this time of year. You don't want to just be locked away in a room for months and months. Unfortunately, I have my family to see now, which I'm glad about, and I have Charlie here, and I can talk to my friends when I need to, or if I'm lonely or anything, which I'm glad for that opportunity. Make sure you guys don't I mean, I can handle being alone for an extended period of time fairly well, because I just use that for studying and everything. Some of you out there may not be able to handle it as well, so I'd recommend that you don't just lock yourself away from the entire world. I mean, we're lucky to have stuff like Zoom and Skype and everything. Just imagine how lonely some people must have been in the past. It was like, when you had when there was a lockdown or quarantine for stuff like the plague. Although then again, Isaac Newton did come up with the laws of gravity when during a lockdown or during a quarantine lockdown thing for the plague at one point. But I know some people may not be able to handle such times as well. So ultimately, be there for one another. Love your family, love your neighbor, look after one another. And okay, I'm not going to be overly optimistic here, and to the point that I'm just going to start walking on planks over chasms, but there will come an end to this coronavirus pandemic. Okay, it could take a while, it could take another year, it could take another couple of years, but there ultimately will be an end for it. So don't necessarily despair, because just as the sun may go down at the end of the day, it'll always come back up again. Okay? I mean, even before people understood the laws of astronomy and cosmology and everything in the universe around us, people had faith that the sun would come back up, even if they didn't have any way to prove it. We may look at it now and just think that's absurd, but that doesn't mean that they're wrong. Just have faith. This will come to an end eventually. Nothing is forever. Good times and bad times aren't forever. Good times will come to an end. Bad times will come to an end. So ultimately, enjoy the good and persevere through the bad. So once my exam's over, I'll start releasing things as normal. I'll continue with my In a Nutshell series about the church councils. Apparently the people outside is barking, just calm down. So I'll continue with my In a Nutshell series for the church and for the church councils, and I'll try and maybe do books of Bible as well. There's also, I think there's a few more Gigantals series I want to come up with. I found a couple of interesting movie ones that I didn't want to share. I think I'll try and use this year as an opportunity to update my global warming lectures, because I know that's a bit outdated, and if you watch it, you'll cringe at how bad it is. Don't worry, I will update that. I will get around to that. And it's also the what did he call it? The Pharisee conspiracy. My friend RW called it. Yeah, he's the results of his investigation concerning the length of ages of the patriarchs in the post-diluvian and antediluvian periods of time in the Bible. So I've got that coming out. Next year we've got a lot of stuff to go through, and I look forward to getting it all done. Hopefully the effects of this virus will start reducing next year, or at least they'll level out, and then we'll know that there'll come a drop eventually. But just remember to persevere through these times. I'll persevere through my exams, and shall try and stay safe myself. I pray that you guys all stay safe as well. So hopefully all of you guys out there will have a good Christmas. Look after one another, love one another, love your neighbor, love your family, love God's creation. Stay safe, don't take unnecessary risks, don't forget about anyone. Make sure that everyone knows that they're appreciated and that there's someone out there caring for them. Look forward to releasing a lot more content next year after my exams and essays and coursework and everything over. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, see you next year, and see you next year, comrades. Until then.